What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about books. Now, in the past, I would normally read a book, do a synopsis of the book, and then post a video about a book on my YouTube channel. But since I'm kind of revamping my content on YouTube, I figured I would take a different approach. And the approach I came up with is sort of a book course. The idea here being that I'm going to present you books in an order from not knowing anything about trading to teaching yourself how to program and then to building strategies using certain trading software. And I just want to caution you on reading each of these books and taking them as basically facts. And to illustrate this point, I'm going to refer to a popular book that you'll see on the screen called A Random Walk Down Wall Street. And the essential argument or the essential hypothesis in that book is that asset prices typically exhibit signs of a random walk and that one cannot consistently outperform the market averages. And this book is frequently cited by those in favor of the efficient market hypothesis. But there have been 12 editions since the original publication, and many changes occurred along the way, softening their stance inside the book. But that is for another video. So this book permeates a lot of people's viewpoints on the market. But I've also read another book called The Misbehavior of Markets, a fractal view of financial turbulence. And it's written by Benoit Mandelbrot. And he argues against the random walk hypothesis and introduces his own. And I lean more towards the markets are fractal than nature instead of they're always random. You know, just be careful what you read. Make sure you seek out other information that is against the central tenets of the books you read, if you can find it. And just keep your mind open. Nobody has a silver bullet. Nobody has the secret answer to solving the market. So it's always good to have an open mind and not just put your foot in the ground and say, this is the only way. So without further ado, let's dive into the first set of books you should read if you have no idea about anything to do with the market. So all of the dummy series are great. Trading for Dummies, Day Trading for Dummies, Trading Options, and This Beginner's Guide to the Stock Market. And once you read those, digest those, gather essential terminology, the next book you should read is called Boom and Bust. And this is an encyclopedia of economic history from tulip mania of the 1630s to the global financial crisis of the 21st century. And it looks like this. And what this book is going to do for you is give you stock market history from where we've been and all the things that led up to booms and bust cycles in the market, which is very important. The next book I would recommend you read after you read that book is Hedge Fund Market Wizards. And this is written by Jack Schwager. All the Market Wizards series are great, but this is my favorite. And the reason you should read this book is because it has a whole bunch of hedge fund managers who are quantitative or discretionary, and you get kind of an insight into how they think. One of my favorite quant traders in here is Jeffrey Woodruff from QIM, and if you read his section, you should be able to pick up some little nuggets when developing strategies. So this is an excellent book, and it's also available on audiobook. The next book is How to Beat Wall Street Plus 20 Trading System Ideas by J.B. Marwood. So once you have a solid foundation of the basics, you need to start moving yourself into more of kind of an analytical approach. And so the books to do that would be this book right here, the 30-second math, because you're going to need math. And then once you have that book digested, the next book I would recommend is Long-Term Secrets to Short-Term Trading by Larry Williams. And then comes what I like to consider the quant Bible, and it's called Trading Systems and Methods. And this book is going to have a ton of equations in it. It's written by Perry Kaufman. And now, once you have that foundation, The next set of books you should read is Stock Market Crashes, Calendar Anomalies, and Arbitrage, and Great Investment Ideas. And these are all written by Zimba, and he does an excellent job of explaining an idea, working through the idea using mathematics, and then trading that idea in real time. And basically these are like a collection of white papers for the most part. And then last but certainly not least is The Volatility Smile, written by Emmanuel Durnham and Miller. And Emmanuel Durnham also has a book called My Life as a Quant, and that's just a fun read. But he's a very smart guy, and this is a very helpful book, especially if you're into options or options volatility. So now that you have kind of like an intro into some quantitative analytics in the market through those books, now you need to learn how to program and test your ideas. And so to get to the programming part, there's a book called Python Crash Course. It's like this. And you're going to see a lot of this type of art on these Python books because I really like this publisher. So that's going to give you a basics into Python. Then you're going to need to do some projects. So to get your Python skills up to par. And so this is called Impractical Python Projects. And this is also a great book. And then 3 books to kind of have fun with, but are also very educational and heightening your programming skills, although it has nothing to do with trading, is Math Adventures with Python, Invent Your Own Computer Games with Python, and Cracking Codes with Python. So having fun when programming will make you retain the information so much better. And the next thing is text analytics with Python. And then last is mastering Python. For those of you who have kids and you're like, man, I really want them to learn to program, there's a book called Python for Kids. Now we're ready to move into Python, but specifically for finance. And that group of books that will help you make that shift are things like Python for Finance. This is the first edition by Yves Hoops. Once you have that under wraps and you got a good working knowledge, the next thing would be Artificial Intelligence in Finance. Okay. And then Machine Learning. Oh, that one's also written by Yves Hoops. And then Machine Learning and Data Science Blueprints for Finance. Okay. And that's going to dip your toe into machine learning and how you can use it in finance, which is the future. And then after you go through these books, you understand the concepts, you understand how to program, all that stuff. Then you need to read Advances in Financial Machine Learning. And this is written by Lopez de Prado. It's an excellent book. And he kind of goes through the dangers of using machine learning on data in finance and how it can be misleading, and also offers solutions to it, and you can code that stuff from this book into Python or whatever your language is if you know how to do it, and test it out for yourself. And now we need to get into trading ideas. So where can we get some trading ideas from? Well, there's a book called Buy the Fear and Sell the Greed, 7 Behavioral Quant Strategies for Traders. This is an excellent book. Okay, get your feet wet, apply your programming skills, test out the strategies in here. The next one's going to be Building Winning Trading Systems with Tradestation. Okay, this is a Tradestation specific book for Tradestation, but also has great ideas that you can program into Python or whatever platform you want. And then the Ultimate Algorithmic Trading System Toolbox. And then 2 books that most people probably have never heard of, which are my favorites. It's called Cybernetic Analysis for Stocks and Futures, John Ehlers. This is a very good book that has very unique indicators in it. that you can test out. And then also cycle analytics for traders, plus downloadable software, another John Eller's book. Very unique indicators, again, that you can test and put into Python and see if they have any merits or whatever trading platform you choose. What's going on, everyone? Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, please click subscribe and hit the bell notification. Remember, it's not enough just to subscribe anymore. For some fangled reason, YouTube makes you click 2 buttons. That's not my fault, okay? So you have to click subscribe, and then if you want to get notified on new videos, you have to turn on the bell notification.